Stacey Carmichael now joins us to tell us about a commission of inquiry to be held into hinterland policing and security, American Airlines to start Miami to Georgetown flights, and government pleased with mid-year report. More in this week's post-cabinet roundup.
The government is pleased with the mid-year report presented by Minister of Finance Winston Jordan on August 8, which shows a growth in real gross domestic product by 4.5%. Minister of State Joseph Harmon today said this is as it acknowledges several sectors that need additional attention. The half-year growth was attributed to the expansion of economic activity in the agriculture, service, mining and construction sectors. A 1.32% inflation rate was also recorded, a figure slightly below the amount recorded in 2017, mainly on account of lower food prices. The Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate and Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations results are to be released tomorrow. 2 loan agreements have been signed between the Government of Guyana and the International Development Association, IDA.
These include a financing credit arrangement for SDR special drawing rights of $24,400,000 that will provide financing in support of the first programmatic financial and fiscal stability development policy program, and an advance agreement for US $1.6 million that will provide financial support for the proposed Guyana oil and gas capacity building project.
American Airlines will begin flights from the Miami to Georgetown route from November 15, 4 times weekly.
The airline will use an Airbus A319 aircraft with 8 first class and 120 economy class seating capacity. The Honourable Minister of Public Infrastructure informed the Cabinet that the scope of the airline's application was covered under the Air Transport Agreement between the Government of Guyana and the United States of America, and the Civil Aviation Authority had reviewed the airline's business proposal in the area of law, organization, finance and market analysis, and found its submission to be satisfactory.
Minister Harmon also announced that the Ministry of Natural Resources will conduct a commission of inquiry into alleged abuses carried out by law enforcement officials in hinterland mining communities.
But let me say also that the question of security in the hinterland is one which we pay very careful attention to. As you recall, a few months ago, we'd organized a small restructuring of the police force to ensure that you had a greater amount of command responsibility for the hinterland areas. There's a large border between Guyana and Brazil, Guyana and Venezuela. And so the effectiveness of our police force and the army to police and provide security for this area is something which is a bit of a challenge. Over the last 2 years, we've established a corps of wardens that's under the Ministry of Natural Resources, and so that is an additional element in the security which we provide for these hinterland areas. We've also just recently acquired fixed-wing aircraft which will assist in the surveillance activities over these hinterland areas.
And finally, the government will continue its engagement with the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, as it relates to salaries and conditions of service for teachers. Minister Harmon said government is hopeful that common ground will be met and assures that the best interest of the teachers is being taken into consideration. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
The minister was at the time addressing members of the media during his post-cabinet press briefing earlier today.